Many assume the key to financial success is to earn more money. And while that might be correct, it's not always the case. What you do with the extra is more important than how much you earn. Although a lot of people take their finances very seriously, there are still some mistakes they make that can undermine their earning potential. It's not always a conscious decision, but the product of focusing on short-term gains instead of long-term results. Stay with us because today we're talking about 15 ways you can sabotage your earning potential. Welcome to ALUX. Number 1. No investments. Many people make significant yearly incomes, yet are reluctant to invest. And unfortunately, saving alone is not going to help you reach financial freedom. You want to have an emergency fund that is in an accessible, high-yield savings account. But beyond that emergency fund, you should be focused on the possible returns you can get on the rest of your earnings and invest this extra, whether for retirement, college, or other future goals. Every year, inflation wears down the purchasing power of whatever you earn and save. To stay ahead, your money should be stored and invested to reach returns that exceed the inflation rate. Not having investments is a sure way to sabotage your earning capacity because not only does it prevent you from achieving financial freedom, it also means you might be stuck in the same place financially for years. Number 2. Being passive. Many people tend to be passive with significant decisions in their life, especially decisions that could affect their finances. Being passive about things regarding your finances, like your career path, job search, savings and investments, is simply a recipe for disaster. This might be because of burnout, lack of motivation, not setting goals, or just a desire to avoid issues around money. But remember, ALUXer, you are in the driver's seat of your life. The results you achieve will be closely associated with your effort. If you put in the time to improve your finances, you will have a better chance at building and maintaining wealth. Number 3. Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a behavioral pattern where people doubt their success and accomplishments despite evidence of the contrary. Imposter syndrome negatively impacts performance, productivity, and proactivity. But how exactly does it affect your finances? Well, it can negatively affect our finances, starting with putting a block on pay raises and promotions. Asking for a wage increase is always a tricky conversation that many employees feel uncomfortable with, and imposter syndrome can make this feel even more difficult. Most people with imposter syndrome also have low self-esteem and fear that they will fail. This can sabotage success. Instead of taking the initiative, they may bury themselves in work and avoid taking on extra responsibilities that could help them to prove themselves. The self-doubt that comes along with imposter syndrome can prevent you from applying for jobs with more responsibilities and higher salaries, or seeking an advanced degree, which could also boost your career trajectory depending on your field. What's more, imposter syndrome can also prevent people from becoming successful entrepreneurs because they doubt their abilities and feel like they will fail before they even start. No matter which way you cut it, imposter syndrome holds you back from reaching your potential financially and in general, so seek out some help if you need it. Number 4. Making big purchases without considering resale value. Splurging and making big unnecessary purchases is a terrible financial move that could very well ruin you. Big financial decisions, like purchasing a house, a car, or a boat, are pretty hard to undo. Resale values should be considered when making big purchases. The more exclusive an asset is, the fewer buyers it's likely going to bring. This decision could leave you stuck with unique but illiquid assets. Tying up a significant percentage of your worth in an illiquid asset is a great way to sabotage yourself. If and when you need money, there's no guarantee you'll be able to find a buyer, much less one that's willing and able to pay a fair market price for that asset. Number 5. Setting the wrong priorities. Many people work hard and smart toward their financial freedom. They're great savers and thoughtful investors, but often sabotage themselves by saving for the wrong things. Some of these can be luxuries like sports cars or speedboats or vacation homes. And these luxuries, they might seem like necessities, but all they succeed in doing is diverting much of your income toward them that should not be a priority for you right now. Your focus is to lead a debt-free life with a good chunk of savings and investments. And although it's okay to indulge and get some luxurious items, it's not wise to prioritize luxurious things over saving and investments, and it will surely leave a dent in your earning potential. Number 6. Debt as a lifestyle. If you live a life riddled with debt, and most of what you purchase are things you get on credit or buying with loans from banks, businesses, or even friends, then this is a definite way to sabotage your finances because you'll be stuck paying off debts for a long time, especially when a significantly high interest rate is attached to loans. If this is the lifestyle you adopt, you'll be in an endless cycle of paying debts for a very long time, if not for most of your life, which is not a sustainable way to live. Constantly paying off debt reduces your disposable income significantly and cancels out your ability to invest your earnings. Number 7. Not seeking professional opinions. Many people sabotage their finances by trying to do it all alone. Although it's advisable to manage your finances independently, it's also recommended to seek out professional help. Unless you're a financial advisor or planner, your finances are one area you need help with. That's why we hire professionals. They work with people daily and have seen some of them struggle with the same issues. Many people fly solo when it comes to financial planning, but they often don't really know what they're doing, and as a result, they can't fix what they don't see, which is where financial professionals come in to help cover the blind spots. Deciding not to seek financial help or outsource some of these tasks could lead you to making the wrong decisions and sabotaging your earning potential. Number 8. Not upskilling. For many people, their learning curve stops after they leave college. They get a degree, settle into a job where they do the same thing every day, and they get paid with no learning in between. While this is no doubt profitable, it's not maximizing your potential from an intellectual or a financial standpoint. Whatever field you're involved in, constant improvement is essential. Many people can earn as much as 2 to 3 times the income they're presently enjoying by adding just 1 or 2 new skills to their set. Your ability or inability to become better at what you do or even learn new skills can make or break your career and earning potential. Not only does it prevent you from ascending professionally and financially, it also carries the risk of leaving you redundant and without a job. Number 9. Under-earning. When discussing personal finances and financial tips, a lot of the discussion is often centered on being prudent in spending and saving or investing the extra you have. But not a lot of attention is paid to earning power and the need to increase your income. Still, it's just as important, if not more important, than saving and investing. More income gives you more leeway to spend, save, and invest. You must consider how your income stacks up to your earning potential. Are you earning as much as your peers in the same field? Is your current role keeping up with inflation? What are your top-performing contemporaries earning, and what are they doing to command a higher income? If you can make $250,000 in a role where your peers are rightfully earning $300,000, you'll be behind financially. That $50,000 difference per year will significantly impact your current lifestyle, your ability to invest, and your ability to pay off debt. Even though you're earning 6 figures, you could still be under-earning in your role, and undervaluing yourself in your current position can certainly affect how much you make. And although most people know this, they're also usually willing to settle. After all, being underpaid is better than not being paid at all. Number 10. Being antisocial. Networking is an essential part of our world today. Whether physically in person or on social media, your ability to network can have a huge positive or negative impact on your career and your financial life. As a freelancer or someone who works a 9-to-5, skipping social events can prevent you from meeting new people and clients and potentially getting new jobs. Skills and qualifications play a significant role in determining who receives promotions or is assigned key projects, but so does being a team player. In some organizations, supervisors and peers take it personally when you're a no-show to a company event. You may be viewed as not being a team player or not as committed to the team. You sabotage yourself if you're an employee who skips after-hour office events where colleagues can get to know you in a more relaxed setting. Some of the best jobs, favors, promotions, and gigs are won in spaces and events like these. So being too antisocial can undermine your ability to earn more. Number 11. Making temporary losses permanent. It's particularly common with investments, and it's no secret that many investments are pretty volatile and fluctuate over time, particularly shares of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and cryptocurrencies. To an investor, this is something they prepare for, and it's usually not a problem. However, it becomes a problem when you, as an investor, panic and sell your investment because of a price drop. Instead of simply having what would have likely been a temporary loss, if a loss at all, it becomes permanent by reacting too quickly and cashing out on your investment. Number 12. Not negotiating. A lot of employees often avoid the conversation of negotiating for a pay raise, maybe because they feel they don't deserve it or they don't know how to negotiate. But whatever the case, this is one way you sabotage your earning potential, because if you put in the work, ideally it should be reflected in your earnings. There's also a myth that asking for a raise or negotiating can get you fired, but some researchers have debunked this. A study by Get Raised shows that in many of the interviews they conducted, they never found a single person who was fired for asking for a raise. As an entrepreneur or a freelancer, it's expected that clients would try to negotiate with you, and most times even underpay you. But still, it's up to you to negotiate and maximize your earnings and ensure you get a proper value for the products or services you can provide. Number 13. Letting others influence your spending. As human beings, the majority of what we do is influenced by those around us and society. Our finances are not left out of this equation. Sometimes you look at your social circle's spending habits and feel the pressure to keep up. Your finances are one of the areas of your life you should be entirely under control of, and while it's okay to take advice from others, you should in no way allow them to influence your spending. You need to have a budget and stick to it. Chronic financial comparison is a surefire way to cripple your financial growth and warp your idea of success. When you enter into an economic competition with the people around you, you'll eventually start spending money you don't have. Competitive spending is a mindset that wreaks havoc on your wallet, happiness, and your relationships. So don't even start. Number 14. Giving in to a lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep, aka lifestyle inflation, is a situation where you start to spend more because you earn more. One of the most vital rules of personal finance is to always have a surplus and invest the extra for growth. Regardless of how much you earn, you'll have difficulty building wealth and reaching financial freedom if you spend too much or all of what you make. Climbing the ranks in your career comes with temptations to spend more money and simply live bigger because you earn more. Items that were once luxuries become necessities, and this is lifestyle creep, and it's a big reason why so many middle-class people stay in the middle class. Lifestyle creep is one of the surefire ways you can sabotage your earning potential. Increasing your expenses rather than investing and finding ways to improve your revenue is a guaranteed way to wreck your finances. Remember, what you do with increased income or surplus is what separates the wealthy from the poor. Number 15. You don't protect your most valuable asset. Many people consider things like cars, houses, or money their most valuable assets. But your most valuable asset is you. Although vital to your earning potential, assets like money, property, and stocks are not more important than you because without your ability to work, your earning potential is greatly diminished. Your financial status heavily relies on your ability to be out there working in the market. Most people prioritize work and neglect their health, forgetting that they can only work and earn because they're in good health. It should be the other way around. Prioritize your health before work. Not only does it ensure you keep the income flowing, but it will also likely decrease your healthcare costs later in life if you take care of yourself properly. If your most valuable asset is you and your ability to earn, you have to protect it, or else risk losing your ability to earn at all. And there you have it, A-Luxers. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think is the worst way to sabotage your earning potential? Which of these points do you feel resonates with you the most? Share with us in the comments. We always love hearing from you. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and don't forget to subscribe.